All right, guys, happy Monday. Today we are going through a SGC order I got back actually just today. Didn't take all that long from SGC. I think this was checked in on, let's see, 125 and shipped on the 16th. So it was held up, and I'll kind of like go over why um, when we kind of get into the order. But we'll start off with this card here that was unfortunately not graded. I think this is where SGC can like definitely improve. This is a genuine Jim Brown rookie, although it's a serious beater. They won't tell me why they don't hold the card. So they'll give a bunch of reasons as if it's too big or too small, too fragile, too thick, but I don't think this card really qualifies for any of those reasons. But they refunded me for this, so $30 credit or credited to my account, my bank account, for not being able to grade it. But that is what it is. I hope that they can get that squared away because I think that's a huge value add. This was a reholder. I bought this card from an antique store, an old SGC holder with some stickers on it. So I had them rehold the card. Second time owning this card. This is a great, tough card to find. The 61 high numbers are really hard, and all these Sporting News All-Stars in the set are all high numbers and all short prints. So the mantle presents really well. It does have, these roller marks across here. I think this card's graded a little tough. It's a good looking card. I think mostly the grades came back as expected with this order. This is a card I bought in Charleston, South Carolina that I've already have a buyer lined up for, so this will be out to door today. This I got at the Tarrytown show, a gorgeous Clemente. It's hard to kind of like imagine cards that get sixes, mid grades today. Like if they were graded 5 years ago, like what would they have gotten? So we're getting to the card that held up the order. This is a W512 Ty Cobb. I bought this locally in New York City. The card originally had, like, I guess a crease or a partial tear in it across his chin. And I got a call from SGC. Well, it went to post grading like Monday, and usually when it gets to post grading, it usually ships the next day. But I got a call from SGC, I think maybe Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, and said that when they were holding this card, it tore in half. And they didn't really give me a great offer. They pretty much said, we can holder it as an A or send it back to you in two pieces. And I'm like, well, that's not really solving my problem. Because I handled the card while I was in my possession, and so in their possession, it was damaged. So they agreed to refund me essentially like the value of, like nearly the value of like my entire order. And then they put some like really small pieces of tape. You can kind of like see one piece there, and then a couple here on the back that may be hard to see. And then holder it in the A. This card was going to be graded a 1 until they ripped it. So, they came up with the solution, but it should have been done right the first time. And if they did damage the card, the solution of returning it to someone in two pieces is just simply not a valid resolution. So thankful that that got done. This is a card I bought in the same buy. This is the E94 John Mcgraw. A note with these cards and cards from this era. This is bigger than a T206 and definitely more fragile. When I was handling this card, I actually took off a piece of paper that's like on his hat there. So I was pretty upset with myself after I did that. But just note that if you ever handle a card from this era, just be careful with it. I think it probably would have gotten a 1.5 anyway without that, but you know, it has like these kind of like gentle wrinkles in there and some general wear. So I think the 1.5 grade probably would have gotten assigned anyway, but you know, doesn't feel good to cause damage to a 100-year-old card. So just a word of caution with those. This card's on consignment. This 60 Fleer is a killer card. It has some like indentation like right over here that I didn't see before I submitted it, but definitely it could have been there. I didn't look this card over that carefully, but it is a nice card, so a good card for anyone's collection. This one's also on consignment. Does have some really light wrinkles, but the image is beautiful. So you know, SGC and all the third-party grades have gotten so tough on centering. You know, this card is pretty sharp. You know, that top right corner is probably the worst of them all. It's not really even that bad. But the centering is just pretty tough on this. So, you know, 3 is probably the grade, and then the 0.5 is just to, you know, designate that this is a nice looking 3, essentially. A couple of PC cards made the order, which was fun. I picked this Gaudi up raw on eBay for like $250, like very recently, and it's a beater. You know, it has some light wrinkles going across here and a spot of paper loss and some corner creases and wrinkles. But for $250, I couldn't leave it on eBay, and so I had to get it. So that I think is my 9th 34 Gaudi. This next card is a wonderful 1946-47 Propaganda Montiel, Los Reyes del Deporte. This is a Cuban issue, definitely the best one in my collection. These cards are so thin. You can literally hold it up to the light and see the cardstock is so thin. So a 2 is a wonderful grade on this card. Super clean example, and just something that is very hard to replace. Only 2 more cards left. This is a really special card. This is Stan Musial's true rookie card from 1946. So predates his 48 Bowman and Leaf by 2 years. I wish, you know, I'm going to translate this just for myself because I'm curious. I knew this card wouldn't get a numerical grade because it's missing a good part of it, but SGC has graded a total of 15 of these, and I think PSA has graded a total of 30, so this is not a card you find every day. And I missed out on one raw several years ago. It was a good-looking card too, and I think I think it sold for like $400, and I either bid and lost or didn't bid. So to finally have this after all this time is really fun. Last card here is a really nice looking R346. So you know, a good looking card here, cleanly cut. Sometimes you don't see these that nice. Don't think I was expecting a numerical grade with this card. I don't think hand cut cards get much past A's nowadays. So, you know, I mean, but I guess the Cobb would have received a 1 if it weren't damaged. So I don't know. Maybe it's a size thing. Who knows? Still happy to have a nice example of this. It's not my favorite Greenberg card, but to have a nice looking one is a bonus. So, guys, thank you for watching. Hope to get some new content for you guys up soon, and have a great one.